listening in to one of my shows on Blog Talk Radio. We're discussing Nollywood. Intro by Abe Loggins. The music is a little warped because I'm using it so much. Used to do all my intros. And my daughter.
Welcome to the Shirley
Daughters
Ajayi Show. I'm Shirley Ajayi, your host. Haven't been on air for a while. Been busy doing research on Nollywood and Gollywood.
Nollywood and Gollywood.
Movies. You know, up to this last month, I had never seen a Nollywood or a Gollywood movie before. So I went to YouTube and started watching the movies from Nollywood and Gollywood.
Well, it's been 2 years now.
Some of the movies were pretty good, and some of them, kind of reminded me of soap operas here in the U.S., and some kind of reminded me of the type of movies that you would see at Hallmark. But all in all, the movies were decent, most of them. A lot of the themes were consistent with the prince, the royalty that's in Nigeria or in Ghana.
About that.
So a lot of them were about prince or princesses and how they kept the throne going, and the spats about things about the throne, and love and romance, and growing up, and et cetera, et cetera.
While I listen.
So it was interesting to me, and I got to see some of the key movie stars. I went and found the top 10, I think it is, the top 10 Nollywood stars.
Juice.
And among them,
lemon juice and water.
But this particular star, I won't mention his name, but I had more problems when I went to Facebook, to do a little bit more research on him. And somebody answered my, inquiries about him. Anyway, I don't know who it was, but I don't think it was him. So I kept going with it, trying to find, more and more information, because like I say, I had never really seen a Nollywood movie before. I knew nothing at all about Nollywood actors, or Gollywood for that matter. I was so keen to American actors, but I do a lot of watching, so. Anyway, so there was the top 10 Nollywood actors, and these actors made money anywhere from 10 million to a couple of million.
Blog Talk Radio. From
doing movies over in Nigeria.
The Shirley Ajayi Show.
So the number one was, they call him RMD. He's also a certified producer, and he's considered more of a veteran actor. He was doing pretty good making movies there. And then, let's see. But anyway, back to the other one that I was talking about. So I clicked on his information at Facebook. Well, you know how Facebook is.
Terrible.
And I start communicating with him. So somewhere in the communications, after about maybe a week or two, I started getting these strange messages, about will you marry me, and that sort of stuff. Now, I didn't really know the guy, and I really didn't believe it. But I saw that he had been married and he had a child.
Right.
So I didn't believe whoever it was writing to me was saying. And he also sent me, of all things, a divorce decree, saying that his wife had been cheating on him, and so he divorced her. Now, that's what he said at
Now,
first.
this was before the big scandal that they got going now.
Decree. I even sent it to the Pulse magazine to ask them, was this actor really a divorce, or was I being scammed? So, looked at the signatures, and I said, this don't look right.
2016.
The signatures look like all the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, I'm going to just play along and see how far this is going to go. And he took it as far as he could, but I knew it wasn't him. So then, because later on, his inconsistencies, he says, well, I got to go to court because I'm getting a divorce. And I said, but 2 weeks ago, you said you had a divorce, and you even sent me a divorce decree. Right. And I sent it to the Post magazine.
To let them look at it.
Because he didn't believe that I did that. So, anyway, he kept it going. So I said, it's going to be somewhere down the line, he's going to ask me for some money. That's how you know for sure that it's a scam.
Right.
Because anyway, if he's among the top 10 most rich and popular and famous actors in Nigeria and Ghana, he didn't need to ask me for no money. If he's making I think he was making something like $4 or $5 million a year, or whatever, So this guy kept on. Eventually, he did. He claimed his child needed something. They went in Atlanta, Georgia, and he needed to buy something. So could I help him out and send him some money to give to his son? And I said, yeah, they're at it again. This time they using movie stars. They're really desperate, on the internet. Yeah. So I said to myself, this is really pathetic.
He ended up getting arrested, too.
It was the most pathetic scam I had ever seen.
I
wrote about it on my Facebook page. If you want to look it up on Shirley Ajayi. But I just talked about the fact that they will do anything to get your money. That guy must have asked me for money between the time I start, responding to him until now, at least 6 times. At least 6 times in our texting, he asked me, the last time he asked me for $3,000. Mm-hmm. And I told him, no, I don't send money overseas. And I know. And I told him that he had to be a scam artist because he wasn't producing, he just produced one little picture showing him in his bedroom or something like that. I didn't believe that either. So I said, I feel sorry for the women that are researchers and are like me and they can't figure it out.
There was one that wrote to me who had sent him $400, I think.
Engaged or,
she's from Canada.
The girlfriend of this famous Nigerian actor.
She sent him more than that, really.
So that was not a good experience. But I did enjoy the movies. The movies were just as good as the movies are here. Some were even better. So finally, I started researching this other actor named, they call him Van Victor. He was okay. I didn't have any problems with him, but he was from Ghana. And he's a very nice-looking actor. He's mixed with Dutch, Liberian, and Ghanaian. So he was a good actor. I liked him. He didn't make quite as much money as these ones from Nigeria, but he was still good. And he was married, and he had children.
Right.
And so I just joined his fan base, and we was all writing him and telling them, oh, you're a good actor, oh, you're cute, oh, this, so how fans do. So that was okay. That was an okay experience with him. But that one from Nigeria, I don't know if it was him or somebody, probably scamming him, because I remember seeing online where it said on YouTube he had a big thing about people were using him and scamming, trying to scam other people, and he apologized to the public about it. So, it was one of those things. So, of course, I had to block the guy, But it's just that some people are so desperate, they would do anything. I heard just today about the ones that are using the kidnap thing, where they say your child been kidnapped, and could you pay me some money to get your child back? Of course, they lying. They, they just want to get your money.
Right.
You just have to be careful online nowadays because people are really, really desperate.
But they caught that dude that that was
They're
pretending to
just
be that
desperate
actor,
to
and they put him in jail.
And perhaps online is not like it was 10 years ago. It used to be nice 10 years ago.
Yes, it did.
Now, it is not. It is not nice. So, Facebook has
There's
really,
also one named
really
Ramsey Noah,
changed
who I had problems with too.
when I first went on Facebook, it wasn't
I
quite
don't
like
think
that.
it was him. I think it was
But
an
I did
imposter.
enjoy the hip hoppers from Nigeria, the P Square, the Twins. I like their music, especially Alingo. This dance they do, I like that. And then I found this other one called, I forgot his name. But anyway,
Techno.
there's Techno. His is good too. And there are quite a few others.
DeVito.
The P Square are the most highly paid.
WizKid.
So, but you just have to be, really careful. Oh yeah, there's BM, that's his initials. And he does My African Queen. Yeah, I like that. And I like to do
Don't forget
dance,
Flavor.
the dance that they're doing. Yeah. Okay, and then there's DeVito. And then there's a couple of other ones. There's Don Jazzy, and True Face, and go on and on with the different
They
hip-hop
make more money
while I was
than
doing
the
my
actors.
research. But I like to research and figure out stuff because life is too short. And of course, so is this. I didn't have time to do a whole big show, but I hope you enjoy me talking about the scams from Nigeria. Just have to be careful. So when you be a fan of a particular actor or hip hop star, just make sure that you just join the fan base and don't really try to communicate with them because it might not be them.
That's right.
It could be a scam because they have maybe 6 or 7 pages on Facebook or 6 or 7 pages on Instagram or 6 or 7 pages on Twitter. And so if they do, who knows, some of those may not be them. But this is Aura, a.k.a. Aura, Shirley Ajayi Show. You can contact me at theaurashow@gmail.com if you have any questions.
Right.
Until then, I think you should enjoy life and just be careful while you're online. Because like I say, things are not quite like they used to be. Not at all. So, in being careful, you protect yourself and your loved ones. Because people are a little desperate on these cell phones doing crazy stuff.
Sure.
They are really desperate. Doing crazy things.
But Nollywood is really coming to fore.
For you.
It's coming out.
Just watch yourself. And take care. And I hope to be on again very, very soon. Until next time, this is Aura, a.k.a. Aura, Shirley Ajayi. Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
Jimmy John's, America's #1 sandwich delivery, fast Ed speaking. I'm on my way.
I'm in the backyard here, Ed.
Wow, you are fast.
Yes, sir, freaky fast and freaky good, but I gotta say, I've never delivered to a dude in a doghouse.
Well, I'm definitely in the doghouse.
I thought in the doghouse was just an expression, a figure of speech.
Well, the doghouse is a very real place.
How long are you condemned to your canine quarters?
Too soon to tell, but on the bright
The
side...
doghouse has a bright side.
Yeah, the wife can't throw a lamp this far.
I guess she's been working out.
Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's.
are good.
Freaky fast.
They are
Freaky
good.
fresh.
I think
Jimmy John's, America's
I'll
#1
do
sandwich
one
delivery, fast Ed speaking.
mukbang with
I'm on
Jimmy
my way.
John's.
I'm in the backyard here, Ed.
Wow, you are fast.
Yes, sir, freaky fast and freaky good, but I gotta say, I've never delivered to a dude in a doghouse.
Well, I'm definitely in the doghouse.
I thought in the doghouse was just an expression, a figure of speech.
Well, the doghouse is a very real place.
How long are you condemned to your canine quarters?
Too soon to tell, but on the bright
The
side...
doghouse has a bright side.
Yeah, the wife can't throw a lamp this far.
I guess she's been working out.
Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast.
See you
Freaky
later.
fresh.
Rodiba. Thanks for listening in. And this is Aura. But remember now, there are a lot of scammers out there, and Nigeria is famous for that. So, fortunately, I'm a researcher, and I just wanted to know a little bit about Nollywood. My intention was not to meet those two con artists because we found out that the second guy that I text to ask him about Mike Ezerani, he said his name was Ramsey Noah. But recently they said that someone is pretending to be Ramsey Noah, and I think that was him. And then he gave me this phony email address talking about this is the name I use in one of my movies, and it was. And he used that name to text me. And then when he went to the UK, he texted me in UK. He even texted me doing one of the when the Circus Oxford had that little thing going where people were scared and panicking and running and all that stuff. I think that was last year around Christmas time. He even texted me when that happened. So I asked him, I said, well, were you running with the rest of the people? Oh, no, that was down on the east end of town. So he was in the United Kingdom at that time. He really was. But this guy, my contention is that this guy, now he was smarter than the one that tried to beat Mike Ezerani. This guy, I think he really was an actor, but he was not Ramsey Noah, okay? But he knew a lot about Mike Ezerani. And then he comes sending me a picture of him and Mike Ezerani together in a church. And that was supposed to convince me that this was really Ramsey Noah. Okay, and then he used one of his pictures on his email, but it wasn't him. I didn't think for a minute it was him. I said, you know what, I'm going to let this play out. So I let it play out. And it went on and on and on. I said, eventually he's going to ask me for some money because this is not the real Ramsey Noah. Sure enough, the man, some kind of way, asked me for my password and my bank account number. Now, do I look stupid? Stupid is not written across my forehead. Okay? And of course I cussed him out. I said, what the hell are you doing? Why are you asking me those kind of questions? Don't write me no more. Well, I have a temper about stuff like that. If you didn't know, I do. I mean, I'm Christian and everything, but I'm sorry. Sometimes I have to cuss people out. And I did. I said, you should not be doing this. And who else was he writing to asking what was their number to their bank account and the password? I don't know how many more women, but see, them other women, you can't tell women what to do. They just going to be the fool and learn the hard way. Hard knocks, they call it. They went to the Hard Knocks University. You try to tell them, okay, this dude is not real. They don't listen. One of them even wrote me when I had did this article called Scam Artists on my, what page was that? I think, yeah, on my radio show. The Aura Show. I mean, not the Aura Show. The Shirley Ajayi Show. Okay. The Aura Show is what I do on TV. But anyway, when I did the Shirley Ajayi Show, I also did about the scam artists. And she come writing me, talking about, and I mentioned one particular actor. She come writing me, telling me that, oh no, that he was not a scam artist. He was real. He had wrote her. He was in love with her. He told her he wanted to marry her. And she went on and on and on. And it was sad. So sad. Because she really believed that. So I asked her how much money had she sent them. Okay. She said, I don't know how much it was. It was a good amount. So I said, if you just want to give away money, why don't you send it to me? I can put it, toward my charity, Samir. If that's the case. But people are really something online, and women that are stubborn and don't see how what's going on and think they know everything. Even I'm still learning, and I research. I spend hours, weeks, months researching, and I come up with some weird stuff online, boy. But anyway, this is Aura. I don't want to spend the whole time complaining I was supposed to have been doing a mukbang, but I got to eating junk. So one day I'm going to do a junk mukbang. Or I'm going to have popcorn. I'm going to have, what's my other favorite? I love popcorn. You know. Right now I'm owing a popcorn company because I ordered a big thing of popcorn. I call it El Conjil, as they say in Spanish. Popcorn. That's my thing. Anyway, but I'm going to have a popcorn mukbang along with those popcorn balls, you know, you get around Halloween. I love those things. And tappy apples, popcorn, stuff like that. There's some fruit, you know. I'm going to try that. But anyway, we're going over 20 minutes. And this is Zora, and I hope you enjoyed learning about scam artists. I should have told you the one about the one that was from, he said he was General Gorbik. That's what he said, his name, Frank Gorbik. And oh, he was over there. He was over there in one of those foreign countries, and there was a war going on. This was a couple of years back. That's why I started researching it. But he was terrible. And then you know what I told him? I said, look, I'm not encouraging you to do wrong, but this is the most downright pathetic scam I have ever seen. You couldn't come up with something better than this? I mean, it was pitiful. Pitiful. He was supposed to be over in another country serving his country, in a foreign country serving his country. And he was a general. Oh, there was quite a few generals that weren't really generals back then, boy. I could name them, go down the line. But the next time, I'm going to tell you all about that. In the meantime, I'm going to say, goodbye, see you later. Subscribe, hit that like button, and I hope to see you later.